Acknowledgement Hour, and we continue this, patriotic day by acknowledging the people who we are very grateful for. They have helped the community through their charitable work or through their contributions and donations. So in this hour, we'll be acknowledging those wonderful, wonderful folks. So I start with KOA this year is giving two major awards, and both of these awards are given to two wonderful people, special people who have, through their work, who have contributed enormously to our community, and either through their contributions by charitable work or through, donations and other contributions. So two very special and important people are being awarded this hour. And after that, we'll move on to the acknowledgements for the other folks. So give me 1 second. I will first want to call on Dr. KL Chowdhury. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. KL Chowdhury if he is attending.
Hello everybody, I'm very much here. Hello,
Namaskar. Dr. Chowdhury, namaskar. So grateful that you
Namaskar,
could make it.
namaskar.
Hope you're doing well.
pleasure.
Okay. It is my pleasure and my honor to present a Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. KL Chowdhury. And Dr. Chowdhury does not need any introduction. Everyone in KP community knows him. We are profoundly grateful for his services to our community. I'm just going to, I have known Dr. Chowdhury as my teacher, my mentor, and all of his students throughout the world revere and respect him enormously. So, but I'm going to read a little more formal introduction for him, which is sent by Renuka to me. And so born in Srinagar, Dr. Lal Chowdhury graduated from Punjab University, and immediately after he joined a fellowship in neurology. Thereafter, he started his career as a faculty member in the Srinagar Medical College and rose to become a professor of medicine and neurology. It was during those years that he tutored and he taught and he mentored many students, and one of the students is myself. In the wake of the militancy in 1990 and the exodus, he moved to Jammu and started his charitable work in Jammu through his clinic and his research center, Shreya Bhatt Mission Hospital. This year, KOA has collaborated with Shreya Bhatt Hospital, and we are going to start a post-COVID clinic, which is being, mentored under Rajiv Pandit, who is our medical director. Mr. Dr. Chaudhary, he has so far until recently seen more than 30,000 patients in his clinic. Besides that, he also has done a lot of work for the Kashmiri community in terms of conducting medical camps, vaccination drives, and health awareness, and delivering even midday meals in schools through his, tenure when he was in Jammu. He has written extensively and pioneered work on the health and trauma of our displaced community, and that work is an enormous resource for all of us to build on. Dr. Choudhury has authored many books. He's an author, he's a poet, and he has attended many debates and symposia. He was a part of a delegation at the Senate in Washington in 1999, and he attended a 5-day conference in Kathmandu, Nepal in 2007 to represent Kashmiri Pandits. Dr. Lal Chowdhury is, besides being a renowned physician, he has multiple activities and, discourses to his life. He is a social scientist, he's a researcher, a poet, a writer, and an essayist. So his recent and major publications are Of Gods, which was written in year 2000, 1,000 Petaled Garlands and Other Poems, Enchanting Words of Infants, Homeland and 18 Years, Faith and Frenzy, Why Don't You Convert and Other Stories, The Final Frontier, and Room in Our Hearts. Awards, he has been acclaimed many times, awarded many times. He was given the Best Book Award for Excellence in Literature in 2008, a Rajiv Gandhi Shiromani Award in 2007, Kashmiri Persons Award of 2007 by Shejar, Pandit Premnath Bhatt Award for Journalism in 1997, Ma Sharika Saman, and KESCSS Award for Outstanding Work in the Field of Literature and his language. So it gives me profound pleasure to welcome Dr. KL Choudhury, and a few words from you, Dr. Choudhury.
Hello. Thank you very much for that elaborate representation of mine. Anyway, I was just regaling myself with two predecessor speakers. One was the poetess, the other was the person who sang songs beautiful. I wish I could have stayed longer. First, I must congratulate KOA for this prodigious effort to host a 3-day festival sort of thing. Yes, it is a virtual festival, but that's what pandemic has taught us to do. Slowly and steadily, the line between real and virtual is getting eroded and almost obliterated. And sometimes you don't know whether you are in the real or the virtual. In fact, many times when you are in the real, you look at people and they get immersed into the virtual. So that's how it is going to be for a long time. I'm really proud of you that you have put in so much effort for this 3-day long program. I was going through that event schedule, and it is really amazing that you are running this right up to the midnight. And I had a taste, as I told you. I heard this beautiful, and it's real. It gives me a thrill. Having said that, I must thank you for all. Or there's a saying in money. It means that the prophets have not been acknowledged by their own people. I'm no prophet, I'm just an ordinary myself. But I'm so thankful to have been acknowledged by my own family. That's a great tribute to a person. I have not done too many good things, great things. I have done good things. I have tried to do things in life. But yes, my humble effort, so far as Shreya Bhatt mission is concerned, it was a firefighting thing. People thought that there will be hospitals and this. It was not meant to be that. It was just a humble effort to do firefighting. There were thousands of people, refugees who had come to Jammu. They didn't know where to go. And the day I landed in Jammu, I saw all these people crying. So I set up what we call Displaced Doctors Association. I got my colleagues, I got my students who had graduated, and we ran a clinic, round the clock clinic, for 2 years, before finally Shri Bhatt Mission Hospital came into being. And it is a very humble 3-room building. But I don't think buildings make institutions, people make institutions. I was lucky to have good people with me who volunteered their service. And we saw hundreds of thousands of patients. Not as 30,000, we have seen more than 100,000 patients in Shri Bhatt Polyclinic and Research Center. Now you will call me, you'll say, oh, what's this 3-room polyclinic and research center? Believe me, we wrote every case details, their diagnosis, their age, where from they came, and their backgrounds. And that is a huge amount of literature, out of which presented data internationally, in Australia, Delhi, and other places, which we call the health trauma of exiles. And that gave some new insights into what happens to people who are thrown out of their habitations and thrown into different climes, alien climes, which they are not used to, and how their systems, body systems, adapt to those things. So for 15 years, we did this job, and this mounds of literature that came out of it, which was published also. Unfortunately, I could not publish much of it in journals because I didn't have access to libraries. I had too many things to juggle with. There was writing, there was social and political activity, Pan Kashmir, this, that, meeting people, going to Delhi, going to this place. We were very active those days. And I had no time. I didn't have time for a midday nap. That's honest truth. And in the process, I produced all this literature, not only what I wrote, also through the books. I think the books, the short stories, other things which I've written are a sort of historical documents of the times we have lived in. If you read novels, if you read books, people, they describe probably, they are a better record of the real things that happened rather than what you read in the papers, which is all vast. And therefore, to that extent, I have helped to build up what we call literature in exile. And in fact, I started writing when others dared not. Even in Jammu, let me tell you, people were afraid, Kashmiri Pandits were afraid to write, to talk, to speak.
Yes.
Because they thought these terrorists will hunt them out right in them.
Yeah.
And that's here for the first 5 years. But we are the people who dared. So out of that 3-room building, lots of things came. And I'm very happy that I had this band of people with me, a group of who volunteered service. You see, volunteering service is one thing. Asking somebody to do charity is different. Charity has to come from within. And these people had that ability to give work to the hospital. And but over time, many doctors moved out, some joined you in USA, some went to other places in India, and I was left almost alone. But by that time, as I told you, my purpose had been served. I was not looking after building a hospital. I was only looking after taking the immediate care. By 2005, most of Kashmiri Pandits settled down, and then there was not much of need. But so that's what we did. If I did not make a hospital, I know there are many reasons, but part of it is because of my own pride. I never went to beg. It has never been my habit to ask anybody for any favor. So all those doctors who came voluntarily, including Dr. Shibanji Wadiku, Dr. Chandji Ban, who came 3-4 years in succession or after a gap of 2 years, and they sat in that clinic, saw the patients, including one Dr. Hiralal Kohl. He was also my student. He had a gastroenterology clinic. And this is real, which comes in the spirit of charity, spirit of work in these people. I acknowledge those things we did. Now, as far as KOA is concerned, I'm proud of you as an organization. You have risen to help the community from time to time, right from the time of KL Kohl, who was the president when we were thrown out and saw ourselves in Jammu, redoubtable. He donated a van to hospitals, and right up to Sunil Fotedar and Gunju, and now the irrepressible Archana. Yes, you have done a great job, and I'm so thankful to you. And now that we are taking this relationship, KOA and Sri Bhatt Mission Hospital, to a slightly higher scale, and I'm happy that you came to me, and I opened my heart to you. I opened my rooms to you.
You did.
You are doing this planning to do the vaccination program for pandemic for this COVID, and also the online medical consultation. This is a great thing. I have been doing it all these years, even before COVID, and I'm very happy that I'm sure this will soon take off, and then we'll carry on this effort forward, and I see in you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of work to be done, Dr. Chaudhary.
I see the passion in you and your team. I see Rajiv Pandit here.
Rajiv
Rajiv,
is here.
I
Rajiv is here. Anil is here.
yeah, Rajiv is there. He has been also my student. I'm so happy. Some of my students are doing so well in America. My heart swells with pride. You see, my father used to say there is only one person who is happy, who wants his offspring, one person who wants somebody else to be bigger than him. That's the father or mother wanting the offspring to be bigger. But I think sometimes teachers also want that. So I want my students to be even bigger than me. Not that I have been big, but I have contributed my little bit. So I will conclude here and thank you again and bless
And
you. And
allow me to present you the KOA Lifetime Achievement Award. It's not visible because of my background, but I will, whenever it's time, come and personally give it to you.
as transparent as my
It is it is
Acharaji,
transparent.
we can see it. We can still see it a bit.
Okay, I'm going to keep it here.
Yeah, that way we can
Can
see
you
it.
see it?
oh
Yeah, we
yeah,
can see it.
you can take a picture and send it to me.
I
So
will. I will. So it is our honor. It is our honor to present this award to you, Dr. Chaudhary, and you will always be an inspiration to all of us and all your students, your friends, your family. They're in awe of you, and we just want to walk on your footsteps. You have left us a treasure trove of, your works, which I guess Rajiv is going to work on because he was thinking of going into that data and digging through it. So it will be so much helpful for future generations to actually get, enormous information from that. So thank you so much for whatever you have done as a physician, as a community activist, as a social reformer, as a writer, in any field that you have delved in, you have just excelled. So what can I say? I wish we can have, one fourth of those qualities. Thank you so much.